All right, Bears fans, buckle up because things are already getting spicy before the first preseason snap has even been played. The Chicago Bears have just dropped their first unofficial depth chart of training camp. And while some of it aligns with what we've been seeing on the field, other parts, let's just say they've raised a few eyebrows. Now, before we all start flipping tables over who's starting where, head coach Ben Johnson has made it crystal clear, do not overreact to this. He reminded everyone, fans and players alike, that training camp is all about competition. Nothing is set in stone. We're still deep in the grind. No joint practices have happened yet, and preseason games haven't even kicked off. The depth chart, at this point, is more of a snapshot than a declaration. Still, that doesn't mean we can't analyze it and talk about what stands out. And trust me, there are already a few surprises worth diving into. Let's start in the trenches, where Braxton Jones has been penciled back in as the starting left tackle, just one day after many had assumed Azzy Trapillo had taken over that spot. And here's the thing. If we're being honest, Trapillo has been running with the first team more often than Jones throughout camp. That might be because Braxton was still ramping up after ankle surgery earlier in the offseason. But now he's back at full speed, and despite Trapillo's strong showing, the Bears slid Braxton back into the #1 spot on the depth chart. It feels like the competition is far from over. Also worth noting, Kieran Amagaji, who had been part of that three-man race at left tackle, is now listed as the backup right tackle, even though most of his work came on the left side. He's been absent the last few days, so that might be the coaching staff signaling that it's now a two-man battle for the left side. We'll see if he returns for the joint practice with Miami on Friday. But the message is clear. Nothing's locked in. Now, when we zoom out and look at the depth chart as a whole, there's a recurring theme. Rookies are going to have to earn it. No freebies here. Outside of Colston Loveland, who is listed as a co-starter at tight, and alongside Cole Kim Et, pretty much every rookie has been slotted behind veterans, regardless of how they've looked in camp. That feels intentional. It smells like a motivational tactic, a reminder from the coaching staff that it's not enough to flash talent. You've got to take the job. Take wide receiver Luther Burden III, for example. Not only is he listed behind Olamide Zekos, which might make sense depending on your perspective, but he's also behind Devin DuVernay. That one definitely made people do a double take. Based on practice performance, based on what we've seen, heard, and expected from a second-round pick, Burden has clearly shown flashes. Yes, he missed the first 4 practices, which slowed his start. But ever since he returned, he's been making plays and looking like the dynamic weapon the Bears drafted him to be. Ben Johnson even acknowledged he's still learning the playbook, still playing catch-up mentally, and that's fair. But from a pure football perspective, it's hard to argue that DuVernay has outperformed him. Now, it's not like DuVernay has looked bad. He's been available, he's a solid vet, and he brings value as a returner, which we'll get into in a bit. But let's not pretend this is a long-term competition. Burden's ceiling is on a different level. That being said, if we're talking about who should be wide receiver 3 right now, it's actually not crazy to give Zekos the nod. He's been consistent, he knows his role, and he's reliable. So if the coaching staff is saying, Burden's got to go take it, then hey, that's a fair stance. The talent is there, but so is the learning curve. Still, I wouldn't read too much in him being listed at WR5. It's early. Staying with the offense for a moment, we also saw some interesting things at running back. Kyle Manengai, the undrafted rookie who's been turning heads since OTAs, has been slotted behind not only Roscoe Johnson, which fine, that one we expected, but also Travis Homer and Ian Wheeler. Now let's just call this what it is, political depth chart gymnastics. Manengai has clearly worked with the second team and shown he belongs. Homer, while a special teams guy, hasn't done much to suggest he'll be a factor on offense. This feels like another case of the Bears making rookies fight through the hierarchy, regardless of what's happened on the field. And honestly, that's okay. Make them earn it. But don't be shocked if Manengai starts getting real snaps once the games begin. Now let's talk about the defense. The cornerback battle opposite Jalen Johnson has been one of the most tightly contested spots in camp. Tariq Stevenson, Deshaun Wright, and Terrell Smith have all gotten work there, but right now it's Stevenson who's listed as CB2. With Johnson sidelined due to injury, Stevenson, and Wright have been rotating heavily with the first team. The coaching staff has clearly been watching this one closely. Ben Johnson even said that Stevenson's got that edge, that chip on his shoulder. And yeah, sometimes he talks a little too much, but it's part of what makes him the kind of guy you want on your side. He plays with emotion, with intensity. The challenge is making sure that fire doesn't burn too hot, turning into penalties or inconsistency. But the tools are there. The instincts are there. And at least for now, he's in the driver's seat. There's also an ongoing situation with rookie corner Zay Frazier. He's currently listed as a fourth stringer and hasn't been seen at practice for some time due to a personal issue. That absence is dragging on, and with roster spots limited, especially at corner, his status is definitely in jeopardy. The Bears liked his skill set enough to take him in the 5th round, and he showed some promise in the spring. But since the start of training camp, he's been a ghost. Depending on how this unfolds, the team could stash him on the NFI list or risk cutting him and hoping he clears waivers to land on the practice squad. Either way, this is one of those under-the-radar situations that could have roster implications down the road. Speaking of running backs, the depth chart reflects the coaching staff's desire to find a balanced attack, a mix of power, speed, and versatility. While Roscoe Johnson remains the leading candidate for the lead role, his grip on the job is far from firm. The Bears' offense under head coach Matt Eberflus has been heavily reliant on a run-pass balance that puts pressure on the running backs, not just to run hard, but also to catch passes out of the backfield and block in pass protection. Kyle Manengai, the undrafted rookie who has impressed scouts and coaches alike, has made a compelling case for meaningful snaps despite being lower on the depth chart. His speed and vision in open space have stood out during practices, and if he continues to improve his blocking skills and understanding of the offense, Manengai could carve out a significant role. Travis Homer's experience and special teams value also give him a foothold, but the coaches have been clear that nobody's job is safe, and every back must be ready to contribute immediately. The tight end situation reflects a growing trend in the NFL. The dual-threat athlete who can block effectively while being a reliable receiving option. Cole Kmet, the Bears' established tight end, remains the centerpiece of the unit. His development as a route runner and his chemistry with Fields have made him a dependable target, especially in critical third down and red zone situations. Alongside Kmet, the rookie Colston Loveland has drawn attention with his physicality and willingness to get involved in the blocking schemes. While Loveland's pass-catching skills are still raw, his size and tenacity make him a candidate to develop into a more complete player as the season progresses. The Bears are clearly invested in this tandem and are using camp reps to refine their roles and explore package variations that could maximize their impact. In the wide receiver core, beyond the early intrigue surrounding Luther Burden III's position on the depth chart, the battle for targets and playing time is shaping up to be a defining storyline. Olamide Zacco's and Devin DuVernay's presence atop the depth chart underscores the coaching staff's appreciation for reliability and special teams value. Zacco's has built a reputation as a savvy route runner and dependable possession receiver, traits that have kept him valuable even as younger players push for opportunities. DuVernay's role as the primary returner adds an important dimension to his value, providing the Bears with dynamic field position opportunities. For Burden, the path forward is clear but challenging. He must translate his raw talent and flashes of brilliance into consistent production and demonstrate mastery of the playbook to rise through the ranks. His early struggles with the pace of the NFL game haven't gone unnoticed, but there's a strong sense that if he can harness his skills and acclimate mentally, he could emerge as a true weapon for the Bears. The defensive side of the ball has seen its own set of battles and questions, particularly in the secondary, where the Bears hope to replicate some of the aggressive playmaking that characterized their past defenses. Jalen Johnson's status as the starting cornerback is secure when healthy, but his recent injury has opened the door for players like Tariq Stevenson and Deshaun Wright to prove themselves. Stevenson's early edge in the depth chart and praise from coaches for his intensity and physicality have made him a player to watch. His fiery nature has the potential to ignite the defense, but it also comes with the risk of costly penalties if not managed properly. Deshaun Wright, meanwhile, provides a calmer, more technical presence, and has impressed with his coverage skills and tackling. The Bears appear to be balancing these contrasting styles as they develop their cornerback rotation. Another cornerback, rookie Zay Frazier, has been one of the more enigmatic figures in camp. Drafted in the 5th round for his athletic potential and coverage ability, Frazier has been absent for extended periods due to personal reasons. His absence is a significant challenge for the Bears, who invested draft capital in him and hoped to develop him into a contributor. How the organization manages this situation, whether by granting him time to return, placing him on non-football injury lists, or moving on, could have implications for roster flexibility and depth. Frazier's situation underscores the often unseen human elements in professional sports that can impact team dynamics and personnel decisions. Along the defensive line, the Bears are experimenting with personnel packages that reflect modern NFL defensive trends. The inclusion of 5 starters on the depth chart isn't a clerical error, but rather an indication of the team's willingness to employ multiple fronts and rotations. Montez Sweat and Dayo Odeyingbo lead the edge rushers, bringing speed and power to the outside, while Grady Jarrett, Jervin Dexter, and Andrew Billings form a solid core inside. The versatility of these players allows the Bears to shift between 4-man fronts, 3-man fronts, and heavier 5-man looks, depending on the situation, keeping offenses guessing. This flexibility could prove vital in generating pressure on quarterbacks and stopping the run, but also places a premium on depth. As the season grinds on, the physical toll on defensive linemen will require reliable backups to step up. Depth behind the starters on the defensive line is where concerns arise. Players like Austin Booker have shown flashes of potential, but haven't yet earned consistent playing time, while others such as Dominique Robinson have struggled to make a significant impact once pads came on. These depth issues have led to calls from fans and analysts for the Bears to pursue veteran free agents to bolster the rotation. Names like Zadarius Smith and Jadeveon Clowney, while perhaps past their prime, still carry the potential to provide leadership, experience, and immediate production. Whether the Bears will act remains an open question, but the early indications suggest the team is weighing its options carefully. Linebacker is another area where the Bears have both promise and uncertainty. With Jack Sanborn's departure leaving a void, the Sam linebacker role has become one of the most hotly contested positions. Rookie Noah Sewell's ascent to the top of the depth chart is a testament to his physical transformation and the work he's put in during OTAs and camp. Sewell's blend of speed, strength, and instinct gives the Bears a dynamic presence at linebacker, one capable of contributing against both the run and pass. His quiet progression may not grab headlines, but it is crucial to the team's defensive cohesion. Alongside him, veterans like T.J. Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds provide stability and experience. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The sports world has been abuzz with rumors following the recent confirmation of a blockbuster trade involving the Chicago Bears and the Buffalo Bills. Sources close to the team suggest that the Bears have officially secured quarterback Josh Allen, in a move that could reshape the dynamics of the NFL heading into the next season. While details of the trade are still emerging, the confirmed exchange signals a strategic shift for both franchises. The Bears, traditionally seen as a team in rebuilding mode, appear to be making a bold statement by bringing in one of the league's most dynamic and powerful quarterbacks. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about the impact Allen's presence could have on the Bears' offensive scheme, potentially revitalizing a team that has struggled for consistent success in recent years. Meanwhile, the Bills' approach in this trade is being closely examined as experts try to piece together their long-term vision. The confirmation of this trade has set off a wave of speculation regarding the players and draft picks exchanged, as well as the broader implications for team chemistry and future performance. Adding Josh Allen to the Chicago Bears roster raises numerous questions about how the team will integrate such a high-profile athlete into their existing lineup. The Bears' offensive coordinator is reportedly already working on new strategies that maximize Allen's strengths, which include his arm strength, mobility, and leadership skills. Speculation is rife about how Allen's arrival will influence the Bears' draft decisions and free agency moves, especially in terms of strengthening the offensive line and adding weapons to complement his style of play. There's also talk about the impact on the Bears' locker room culture, as Allen is known for his competitive spirit and work ethic, traits that could inspire and elevate teammates. However, some insiders caution that transitioning to a new quarterback, especially one with Allen's profile, is not without its challenges. The pressure and expectations will be immense, and the Bears will need to manage both the on-field adjustments and off-field dynamics carefully to capitalize on this significant acquisition. The potential payoff could be enormous, but the road to success is uncertain and laden with hurdles. On the other side of the trade, Buffalo Bills fans and analysts are already trying to understand the team's motivations behind letting go of Josh Allen, a player who has been central to their recent successes. The Bills have reportedly received a package including multiple draft picks and promising young players, though specifics remain under wraps as negotiations and paperwork continue to finalize. Rumors swirl about the Bills' plans to rebuild or retool their roster around a different quarterback or a new offensive system, possibly aiming for a long-term competitive window that prioritizes depth and versatility over star power. This unexpected move has shocked many in the NFL community, with some questioning whether the Bills' management sees greater potential in this new direction. Additionally, speculation about the impact on the team's fan base is heating up, as Allen has been a fan favorite and a face of the franchise. The Bills will need to navigate the delicate balance between moving forward with a fresh approach and maintaining the loyalty and enthusiasm of their supporters during this transitional period. Amid the flurry of rumors surrounding the trade, the media landscape has been filled with discussions about the potential ripple effects across the league. Sports analysts are debating whether this move signals a broader trend of aggressive quarterback trades, or if it is a unique case driven by the specific needs and circumstances of the Bears and Bills. Social media platforms have exploded with fan reactions ranging from excitement to skepticism, with some wondering if Allen's style of play will mesh well with the Bears' historical identity and others speculating on the coaching staff's ability to adapt. The trade also raises questions about salary cap management, as Allen's contract and its implications could influence both teams' financial flexibility moving forward. Furthermore, discussions have emerged around the psychological aspects of such a high-profile transfer, with pundits analyzing how Allen's mindset and adaptability will be tested in a new city and system. The buzz surrounding this trade continues to grow, creating a charged atmosphere of anticipation and speculation as the NFL offseason progresses. As the dust settles on the confirmed trade between the Bears and Bills, the broader football community remains on edge, eager to see how these moves will unfold once the new season kicks off. Rumors continue to circulate about potential follow-up trades and roster adjustments that could complement or counterbalance this significant transaction. The Bears, now with Josh Allen at the helm, face high expectations to turn around their fortunes, and all eyes will be on their preseason performances to gauge chemistry and effectiveness. Meanwhile, the Bills' strategic choices in the wake of Allen's departure will be scrutinized, with predictions about their quarterback competition and offensive identity dominating headlines. This trade has undeniably shifted the NFL landscape, prompting a reevaluation of team strategies league-wide and igniting passionate debates among fans, coaches, and analysts alike. The true impact of this deal remains to be seen, but the rumor mill will surely keep turning as everyone watches closely for the next big move in this evolving story. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.